Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Sao Paulo 2014. Hey. Good job, crowd, good job. Time to move on now to our final game of Group C. We've already had our Group A and B winners go through yesterday, but now we're in Group C in the very last game, and still a Brazilian has a chance of making the quarterfinals. How realistic is it? We'll find out in a few minutes' time. But first, let's check in with the brackets and show you exactly where we are. Earlier on, we saw Paulo come back from 1-0 down to win 2-1 against the reigning champion of the Intel Extreme Masters, CJ enters herO. At the bottom of the bracket, the battle of the Brazilians ended up falling the way of Kelazhur against Turnico, and now he will take on herO in the last game of Group C. We also have Group D coming up, and we have two of the quarterfinals this afternoon before we end day 4 here at Campus Party 2014. So, to our final game of the day. Kelazhur from Brazil, ladies and gentlemen. Having fought his way through a Brazilian already in the lower bracket, having lost his opening game, he'll now face a man who has already got 3 titles to his name in 2013 alone, and 4 majors over the last 3 years. He's the reigning WCS America champion. He is CM Storm Paulo. Our final game of the day will of course be brought to you in dual languages once more, in both English and Portuguese.
Hello everybody and welcome to the final game of Group C. This is the rematch of a game that happened earlier on today, and we will be covering it to find out who will move on to the round of 8. And I think really there's only one realistic winner here, but can something special happen, Todd?
That's what people said before when Kitty had to play versus the Brazilians.
This one feels a little bit more drastic though. Just a little bit more.
Just a little bit then, okay?
They apparently played before. While we was casting the first game, Rotterdam did have the opportunity to go look at the games, and he said that both games were over in 8 minutes apiece. Very, very fast games and domination.
Great job
from
hyping up the game, Sean.
I'm amazing, I tell the truth. Todd, I tell the truth. This is going to be one hard road for this young gentleman on our screen right now. Of course, that is Kelazhur. Is he going to be able to topple the Intel Extreme Masters Singapore champion? I think it's going to be very difficult.
Just like Shakti is smiling here for a little bit. We'll see if he keeps that up.
What an awesome name. Diego
Guilherme
Schwimmer.
It's like the last name is like a German.
It's like a German name. Maybe he's got German heritage in Brazil.
What heritage do you have, Sean?
Me? Yeah. English.
That's it. Okay.
And there is, of course, CJ herO, who had a difficult loss earlier on against Paulo, but he is here to claim his round of 8. And he just needs to win this next game, which we're now ready for. And we can begin. It is going to be a best of 3 between herO and Kelazhur. And we'll find out how this is going to go. I am ready to observe. I'm actually ready to drive this vehicle, as you can see. I'm ready. Are you ready, Todd, to cast?
I'm ready to cast while enjoying you observing, Sean.
Okay, well, let's begin the observing on a high note. Literally high. In the top right hand side. Spawning, wait a minute, as the blue Terran. It is Kelazhur. Oh, my mouse is really slow. And down here, playing the CJ Zentus herO.
Okay, here he had some tough games versus Paulo, but here against Kelazhur is the overwhelming favorite. You've mentioned it. He's gonna have to be careful not to get surprised or anything like that. And it was a little bit weird to see herO play the way he did versus Paulo, where he didn't use the usual Blink Stalkers we see him use a lot. He was using a lot more charge lots, some armor upgrades, getting Templars very, very quickly. And if he plays similarly to that and just in a solid way, I definitely think this is going to be a clear win for him here. And I don't think I expect anything else. But on the other hand, Kelazhur is going for a command center first, so not nearly as shy as Paulo was. Paulo opening with the Reaper expand in every single game. Kelazhur is just basically going to do whatever he wants.
Kelazhur has big Brazilian balls.
Cojones. Well, Wrong language.
Wrong
sorry.
language. I was going for the triple B effect. Down here, we have herO, who's opened up for double gases.
Yes.
And, well, he hasn't sent out a probe here to scout, so he has actually no idea what's going on. But Kelazhur has taken the complete opposite pathway to approaching this game to how we played earlier on, which, from what I was told, was like 3 barracks off 1 base.
This is the same build by herO that we see here, by the way, that he used versus Bolt. Actually doing 3+1 right now. This is not nearly as good as 2+2, but we should be seeing the Nexus being thrown down in a second. He didn't even bother starting the Zealot, and he gets a quick Mothership Core. And okay, this is actually a little bit different. I'm still expecting, yeah, okay, we're gonna see the Nexus go down. As herO, does he go for Stargate from there? I talked to him a little bit after he played Bolt, and asked him why he went for Stargate twice, which he just replied, good.
Good?
Good, yeah. He thinks Stargate is good, so.
I think it's good too. And I think that he's also going to save the best for later, which is the Twilight Council and Blink Flame. And I think that is later to come.
I asked him why he thought he lost, and he said he made many mistakes, which I guess a great player when losing will always answer that to you. Lesser players will blame other stuff on their loss, if you know what I mean.
Such as what?
I don't know.
What were they blaming on?
Who knows, man. Oh, Twilight Council, by the way.
Ooh, he's saving it for the big players. And going for the Twilight Council, of course, he is very well known for his games in Pro League and GSL 4. Going for Blink play here.
Do you think we see a Twilight into something like 5 gates and a big commitment to aggression? He has some clear wins before versus this guy, so does he try and finish it quick here, or does he play it a little bit safer? Or does he try to run him over? I guess we'll see. Oh, 2 additional gateways already. We'll be seeing more. This is still fairly standard, as long as he gets detection behind this, because he has no idea right now, herO, if there is going to be any kind of Widowman play from his opponent. Upon seeing that bunker here, and oh, actually, did he spot the command center?
He did not.
Wow.
But one can only imagine that he would assume that the command center was there.
No, actually, this can be a huge mistake. The worst thing you can do in StarCraft 2 is turn on autopilot and assume things. You need to get those information. So I think he's going to move across the map now, and I'm going to be looking to proxy a pylon to start warping in Stalkers. I'm surprised he does not even get a Forge behind this, but herO has full confidence that he's going to be able to handle whatever his opponent can do. And maybe there is meta game involved here. Maybe he played versus this guy when he played versus him before. Kelazhur went for command center first every single time, or quick command center, and never opened Widow Mines. So that's...
Apparently every game was like double, triple Rax Reap.
Oh, on 1 base? Okay.
9-minute games, man. Didn't last very long. All right, well, here is herO, forward with the pylon, and here with the Stalkers. Double bunker has come down, and Kelazhur has absolutely no information whatsoever.
One single Stalker was warped in back at home for defense here for herO. Interesting choice. But I want to have at least one of those. Actually, he goes across the map with it. I guess his pylon was a little bit late, because he lost the initial probe.
Yeah, there's no idea about this. I'm looking frantically as the observer in. Blink's about to finish.
The most important point of this attack is blinking up the ramp, time warping the units, and using blink as much as possible to only lose the shield. But in this case, there is too much for herO. He's going to take out some Marauders immediately.
Yeah, he took down 2 immediately, took down a couple of Marines as well, and is now able to blink back 1 at a time here.
And now he wants to lose only the shield on those units. He has to be careful. There is not the critical mass that he needs to do enough damage, so he blinks 4 Stalkers down at once. And there is nothing in those bunkers now. One of those is going to get sniped. He targets the other one that's not being repaired.
And this seems to be looking very herO-esque. He blinks back up to the main base here, targeted down a couple, time warp on the ramp. And this is the fury of Terran that we see and hear so much about. And
oh, he might be able to get the tech lab with Steam Pack here. No, chooses to go for the Marauders instead. Nice blink micro and time warp. Oh my god. You're actually losing a bunch of Stalkers, but the work is done already. It might be enough to basically just win from there.
Yeah, this is looking rather convincing. He's got 34 probes, 37, so not too many SCVs have died. A couple will now. But the Stalker count is climbing. Stim not too far away, but another Marauder does get picked off. And as you can see now, Stim just 10 seconds, but herO starting to run away with this one a little bit.
He's to micro good here. herO needs to save as many units as possible. The Mothership Core taking some damage. He has the time warp available. He's going to use it on those units. There is not many Marauders left, only 3. Use the Stim.
Uses Stim, and there are a lot of Stalkers and not so many units. He's lost the Mothership Core though, but the front door without bunkers, there's really nothing left to protect. And this is just looking absolutely disastrous here for Kelazhur in game number 1. As CJ herO says, please, sir, move out the way. The round of 8's coming my way. And he steams forward towards the main base, and GG is called. Sugoyo. And herO takes a convincing map number 1 here.
To say the least.
To say the least, quite convincing. That was quite a fast game. A repeat of the previous ones in terms of its game length.
Took a bit of a risk by not getting detection, but it really felt like he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, in StarCraft, you can't be ready for everything. If you try to get ready for everything, you're actually going to fall behind against a lot of things. So sometimes you need to take a little bit of chances. That's what herO did here. There was only one thing he could fall behind against or be in trouble against, which was Widow Mines and some kind of drop. But then again, I guess he could have handled that decently with some Forge and some kind of cannon detection.
So what do you think coming into this next game? I mean, not so much herO, because, I mean, herO has the world of options to choose from, to be honest. He's not really afraid of anything. What do you think that Kelazhur can do coming into this next one? You think he tries to play the same potentially, just goes crazy and does anything?
I like the way that he opened for Command Center first, but what really was missing here for him that you would see in a higher level game or from a higher level player than him would be the scouting.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
Top players, they want to know what they're up against, and if they know they're up against this kind of blink play, they just get bunkers, they make sure they're safe, they get medivacs, and then they just deal with it really well. Whereas here, he didn't really scout anything. He didn't know this was coming. This caught him by surprise. He didn't have any bunkers. He started losing units from the first blink up the ramp, and then from there, it only goes downhill against a player of the caliber of herO.
Well, herO is staring at the moment at a second place finish in this group if he's able to win this next game. But that does put him in a bit of a difficult situation when it comes to who he could potentially play against next, with the likes of Bomber finishing in first place, MC finishing in first place, and
we're going to have a
Holt
big match.
Finishing in first place. We will have a massive quarterfinal game, one way or the other. Every single quarterfinal game, to be honest, is going to be great. The 8 players that are looking to qualify are all stellar. But here we are, a bit of a smile from Kelazhur.
Alright, let's get him going as I was doing.
I'm ready to observe this. I'm loving observing.
Are you?
Yeah, absolutely loving it. I see the passion.
Yesterday you said you were on par with Kyle Harris and Roddy.
Oh, absolutely. I'm probably a league above them. Yeah, I'm coming up to Funker BC League. Getting close.
What's that, Grandmaster?
No, Master. There's only one Grandmaster observer.
Who is that?
Legend.
Took you a while to come up with this.
I know, it did take me a while. All right, the name tag is on. That's first job done. Second job is to zoom in to the SEV line as we introduce our first player here, which is the Terran player from Brazil. It is Kelazhur. And he will be going head-to-head against the CJ player up here to the top left. It is herO.
I'm surprised herO didn't remove this map, actually.
I think Altazim was one of the maps he removed. I'm not sure the second.
Okay. Why would you remove Altazim? Maybe he wants quick games. Usually, this is the worst map by far.
He's like, it's fine, man.
Against Zerg, at least. Game. I guess against Terran, it's not as bad, but yeah. herO is just basically, he knows he's playing against a player he's better than right now. So maybe he just wanted to play on simple maps, 2 players maps, and so he can just do some early on attacks and finish the game quickly.
Yeah, I mean, if he finishes the game quickly, he can go and take a rest while Group D will play out, which will be our next group that we'll be jumping into on our last remaining group in the round of 16 before we do move on to the quarterfinals later on in a couple of hours' time.
Altazim definitely a map where it's going to be harder to finish the game quickly, go for some early on attacks. Blink would not be possible. So going into this map, I think if we see him do some kind of push again, this is going to be very hard for Kelazhur to hold, unless he scouts a lot better and prepares. And he opens gas this time.
Yeah, he went 12 barracks, 12 gas here, so looking at a Reaper opening, compared to herO, who has gone gateway into double assimilator here, looking to increase that gas count from the very get-go here, and that does offer a lot of different options for him to choose from.
herO should not underestimate Kelazhur. It's good to go for timings and all that and go for some aggression and think he's better, and I'm pretty sure he is, but if he gets overconfident, it's the best way to be caught by surprise.
Well, here's one change from the previous one. He is going to send out an SCV here. And he's going to get an early scout, despite having the Reaper to follow this up anyway. And he will be able to get a little bit more information than he did in the previous game, because he went completely without scouting, or at least being able to get information through scouting in the last one.
We'll see if herO cancels the Zealot or not. Might not necessarily cancel it in this game. In the previous one, he didn't even start it. And since he made the third pylon, actually, he might let it finish, especially upon seeing this SCV over here.
Yeah,
So
Chronoboost in the Mothership core here,
The
and
standard,
also the Stalker.
the standard Stalker, Zealot, Mothership core, opener of herO. Ooh, gonna be able to get 2 hits on that SCV. I see you observing what's lacking here a little bit.
No, I caught it, I got it, I got it. It was,
Barely,
still
man.
it was still on the screen, which counts. I can observe with one hand. I never thought about that. I can use the other one
Let's see here that Reaper trying to do
scratch my nose.
as much damage on that Zealot. And hero's gonna move across the map, and the bunker isn't... Actually, he's gonna start a bunker out of position, looks like. Look at that SCV, man.
I'm looking at the SCV. It's not building anything.
Yeah.
Looks odd.
Kelazhur needs to react very, very quickly here. He's supply blocked for some time. Oh my god, he messed up his build order quite a lot. He's still mining gas. I'm not sure why. 2 Marines are killed in the barracks and not being made right now. What the hell is going on? He's falling apart already.
This is not good. This is not good at all. As the Mothership core is going to pick off that SCV, and I think that herO should smell blood already in this game. He's even going to get a second one here, potentially.
Yeah, but he must be regretting his choice not to move across the map with his Stalker and Zealot here, because he would have finished the game, or at least done a ton of damage. He stayed back at home with them to defend against the Reaper.
Oh.
But he still did a ton of damage with just the Mothership core. 2 Marines are out now, 2 more are on the way. We're going to have 3 barracks for Kelazhur, who's still mining gas.
He has spotted the Twilight Council here with the Reaper.
So he knows what he's going to die against, I guess.
You could put it that way, yes.
Look at the Marines, they're not even released.
Yes, you
I don't
could
want to
put
be
it that
harsh,
way.
but this kind of looks like Red Eye or something. Stepped into the booth and he's playing himself for the moment. Kelazhur maybe crumbling under the pressure here.
He is crumbling under the pressure here. As herO is going to move across the map. The bunker has completed, but of course with Blink on its way, that bunker can be quite easily evaded. There are a lot of other areas for him to attack into. Concussion cells is being made. We also have a bunker inside the main base here. But as you wisely pointed out, he scouted what he could potentially die to. And is he going to be able to stop it?
Double tech lab on this barracks, by the way, instead of the standard 2 reactor, I guess you would see a lot of the time. So actually he's going to be getting a bunch of more orders from now. Kelazhur has stabilized in this game for now, so if he's able to get enough bioforces to hold this, he's going to be in an okay position. I didn't think he would survive this long after the horrendous opener that took place.
And 1 Marine down already for just a couple of hit points on a shield. And herO is looking for a way in here. He's going to move back just a little bit. Is he going to potentially lose that Zenith there with the concussive shells?
If the pylon gets sniped before the Stalkers are there, this could be huge, but Kelazhur is going to pull back.
That's a lot of Stalkers here now, and herO's going to look to pounce in a moment.
There's an empty bunker.
Oh, these Marines and Marauders are quite far out of position. Time Warp does come down and a blink forward.
Whoa.
And also a brave retreat backwards, a smart one, should I say. Not taking too much damage. I did lose a single
he's gonna
Stalker.
blink over there up the ramp. More units are going to get picked off. Kelazhur going for the pylon behind this. He realizes he has to cut this at the source. But so is herO here. Sniping one of the add-ons, going to get the other one. Actually, he's not targeting the one that's researching Steam. Time Warp goes down on the ramp.
Well, Time Warp goes down the ramp, but there is no pylon anymore. So these Stalkers are going to do the damage they can, but there's no reinforcing ones. And herO evacuates the plan overall and throws the simulators at home. But how much damage is he going to get done here
My God, one
before
barracks
he's
in
done?
the
And 1 Marauder, 2 Marauder, 3 Marauder more.
And behind this, herO has kept up with the pro production. He should get out of here now.
Yeah.
Let's look at the losses here. He killed 3 SCVs, 16 units in total, where we had only 3 units killed by Kelazhur, so huge lead here by herO already in this game.
But,
What?
he's not dead.
Not yet.
Not yet, no, he's still alive in this game.
Actually, he's doing fairly decent on supply-wise, considering all he's lost.
Yeah.
He's macroing very decently. After the initial supply block, I thought that was it. Against a player of the caliber of herO, you get supply block once, that's it. Actually, he's moving out now. He needs to be careful.
Yeah,
he knows there are blink stalkers.
He's going to lose quite a bit there. And herO does blink away once again. But what is herO going to go into now? And here is the robotic spade. Thrown down on the back of his natural.
This transition makes perfect sense here, and I think at this point here, he does not even need to keep on making probes. He can just add a few gateways and go for a follow-up attack with any amount of Colossus, even 0, I think. Okay, maybe at least 1.
Finding out all these buttons.
Learning along the way.
I am learning along the way. I'm glad that spiritually that all the observers around the world are with me.
Hey, I think Kelazhur made a barracks instead of a starport next to his factory.
He wants to add Hellions in his composition.
Actually,
yeah, I think so. I think that's a mistake, yeah.
Yeah, okay, he's gonna start the starports. So this might have been intentional, realizing he didn't have enough bioforces, but generally you do need to get the starport as quickly as possible to be able to get the medivacs. In this case, even Vikings are going to be needed to defend against these colossi that are going to be made from herO. 3 extra gateways, and look, he's cut pro production, 16 and 16. So if he goes up to 8 gateways here and goes for any kind of attack, 1 Colossus, 2 Colossus, 3 Colossus, thermal lance or not, this is going to be quite deadly against his opponent.
Yeah, this is, especially with that late starport, it's coming up to the 12-minute mark now. And the Stalkers do come in once again, just picking off a couple of SCVs, and always can retreat from this position with a blink backwards. Going to deal out a little bit more damage to these units. But of course, he's going to have to build a couple of medivacs first to start to heal up these units.
2 additional gateways, so 8 gateways in total, plus a second Colossus on the way. And I think as soon as he reaches thermal lance, he can start already doing some work. herO right now, he should be realizing that there is no medivacs.
And with no forges here, herO's just putting all his eggs into one basket, and that is this Colossus push. Looking to pick up the victory. Is he going to be able to? First 2 medivacs are going to come out. Does he go for 3rd and 4th? Does he start his Vikings?
Mothership core with full energy almost, and 3 sentries with full energy as well. Imagine what's going to happen in this fight. It's going to be an absolute slaughter. He's going to have to start forcefully.
Yeah, he starts full sword and then units get picked off immediately. The medivacs boost in to try to save these units, but unfortunately we're already dead upon the rescue team arriving. And here we have herO just looking to slaughter.
Steampack's going to finish on time for it to not do much, I think, because there is way more army right now for herO. STVs are probably going to be pulled, and herO he's taking his sweet time, actually.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy on these sentries for the force fields. Decent spread here from Kelazhur, but he has no Vikings. The Colossus at the back going to do so much damage. Good force fields from herO, just keeping all the units back. And as you can see, this is annihilation. The Colossus stands strong at the back. And herO glances at a round of 8 movement forward here as more units get warped in behind this. Good game, well played. It's called. And he says, please win GSL after that, actually.
Then I can say I lost to a GSL winner.
Yeah, and there is a thumbs up from herO. He advances into the round of 8, makes the quarterfinals here. And I think that's at least satisfaction. Would have liked to have been first place in his group, but Pult did edge out over him. But nonetheless, we've got 6 out of the 8 potential players now ready for the quarterfinals. Is herO and Pult complete the lineup alongside MC, TLO, Bomber, and Jack G. We now have just one more group to finish.
You know, Kelazhur, he might not have advanced, but from what I heard, Tunico's supposed to be the best Brazilian player, and now he beat him there, so maybe, I guess he gets the title of best Brazilian player for now.
Yeah, that's right. 2 Brazilian players finishing in 3rd place here in the groups of the Intel Extreme Masters Sao Paulo tournament. But we have, so far, 5 Koreans and 1 German to make it into the round of 8. We'll be going into Group D shortly, and I think the first game we'll be going into is Major, the crazy Mexican, going up against the Irish A-Bomb. We'll be right back.